Or a person.
Mostly in the first week, dealing with constituency matters.
I largely undertook constituency duties because I was working for a minister.
It was an all matter of work, so it was very varied.
Very varied.
I did a huge variety of work.
I undertook a variety of roles, answering letters.
I was largely concerned with answering letters, invitation, events on behalf of the minister.
Going to events, opening the post in the morning was usual, and answering the phone.
Answering phones and running the office generally.
Checking the news every morning, but mainly it was involving research, so compiling reports on transport.
Compiling a comprehensive report on Welsh education policy.
It was from press releases to writing for debates to speeches to questions.
Writing speeches.
I wrote speeches, press releases, I did reports.
Also writing speeches.
His speeches and his day-to-day activities.
Press releases, writing briefings, writing speeches for the chamber.
I had to answer loads of constituency letters, organising events for him.
I also attended lots of meetings and of committees.
Press briefings, a Scottish referendum briefing every morning for the MP.
I had to accompany the AM to briefings, press meetings.
Accompany him to major visits such as the National Memorial at Aberystwyth.
I had the chance to visit the office in the constituency as well.
Giving tours to school groups and things like that around Westminster.
And outside the office we did a lot of sort of campaigning with local parliamentary candidates and obviously developed a few new skill sets and sort of touched upon some old ones. You learn so much so quickly, and you learn about doing things in a certain manner as well. Like, it's not just writing any old speech or any old press release, it's party orientated and politically orientated.
A fantastic experience of how Welsh politics works, from being able to take basically what we learn in the lectures into what we can learn in the assembly chamber is fantastic, and a wonderful experience to actually practically develop my skills.
I think definitely the whole experience was worthwhile because I didn't really have any viable experience beforehand, either in the political environment or in an office.
I think the greatest advantage of the whole placement was probably my increase in willingness to do a substantive amount of research. I had to work on a project that was quite serious. I had to do weeks of research and then compile a report. And that was obviously very useful in terms of enhancing my skill in that.
Learning how to do formal correspondence to officials like ministers and retaining a really formal atmosphere when writing letters.
I learned to do loads of tasks in a very limited amount of time, which was incredibly important for me.
Also a good deal of confidence on the phone, confidence in terms of writing formal letters to people, in terms of doing presentations.
The confidence as well to speak to officials in government and things like that.
Everything I learned really, there wasn't a single thing that didn't come in handy, whether it be the way that we write to people, like dealing with phone calls, etc., coordinating with other bodies, other members' offices, civil servants, etc.
A general professionalism which I think you need when you're working with people you don't necessarily agree with in very pressured situations.
Everything was happening very quickly on the social media. I learned a lot of skills on how to make politics popular among people using the social media.
I think in general, just being in the parliamentary kind of atmosphere, in the office kind of atmosphere, stuff like answering the phones and having to talk to people and compiling reports.
Probably the highlight of my placement was when we did, I think it was one of the cross-party debates.
Actually, that I had a chance to look behind the curtain, in a sense.
It would probably be going to a Defence Select Committee meeting and sitting there with Lord Alan Sugar on drones, so that was really good fun.
And that was sort of a sense of value from it, that the work I was doing was contributing.
I think it was the day that the scandal broke regarding student visas at University.
Maybe my visit to Barnsley during Tour de France.
Having my work recognised, I think, was very important. That was quite nice, and getting stuck in a lift with a very angry Colin Jones was also hilarious.
Near the start, we had a very busy day because of the NATO summit. which I enjoyed immensely, and also having a pint of cider on the terrace was nice as well.
You could actually see how politicians work, how politicians live when they are in their office, when they are working on different issues, or when they are being prepped for a press meeting. That was just fascinating to see that, you know, for a change, not on a TV screen, but actually in real life.
And also going on a tour of Big Ben and climbing up and seeing London from Big Ben's perspective, which is very different.
Walking in every morning and actually sort of seeing the lifeblood of Wales and how it works, and also in the evenings with sort of meeting up with office friends and also other people on the placement and really enjoying an actual office work.